Hello drummers, it's Rob Litton here from drumstheword.com and welcome to this mini song lesson where today I'm going to show you an amazing drum beat from the song Somewhere Down the Crazy River by Robbie Robertson, drummed by the legendary session drummer Manu Katche. I've got the main drum beat for you on this free PDF you can download from my website. So have this printed out in front of you as we go through this together. It's going to make things a lot easier for you to understand. Like I said, I've got the main drum beat, then I'm going to break it down, or first I'm going to break it down into two different parts. Then I'm also going to show you a simplified version of this drum beat because it is a beast. It requires a lot of concentration, and once you get it into muscle memory, it becomes a lot easier, but getting it into muscle memory takes time and patience. So prepare yourself for a bit of a tricky one today, but what a song and what an amazing drum beat. While you're over at the website downloading that free PDF, you might want to consider signing up to become an online member. I'm currently offering a sale, 50% off for the next week or so, to the end of January probably. So if you want to take advantage to become an online member for just half the price, getting access to over 600 famous video song lessons, then check that out. So if we take a look at the groove itself, you can see it's 2 bars long, but really it's made up of 2 different parts, just 2 different parts. You can see beneath the groove I've written part 1 and part 2. Part 1 is really the main part of the song, or the main part of the groove. That makes up the first half of the first bar, and then both halves of the second bar. Part 2 is this one-off little section which plays from beat 3 to beat 4 of the first bar only. And adding those 2 together, we get the whole 2-bar groove. So part 1 is really just based on a rudiment, the paradiddle. Usually you're probably used to playing, starting it with the right-left part, right, left, right, left, left. In order to give this groove its unique sound, Manu's reversed it and played it right, left, right, left. And in this example, we double up that left hand at the end, left, right, left, into 2 32nd notes. But really it's still just a paradiddle, right, left, left. We're just doubling up that left hand at the end. So it's played between the ride cymbal and the hi-hat. Now on your normal drum kit, your ride cymbal will be here, your hi-hat will be here. Your right hand you're going to find is just coming off the ride cymbal to play the snare, which the snare is off by the way, and the toms as well. I've got this set up so I'm going to be playing these 2 toms instead of these 2 toms, but I'm still using the same sticking as Manu. I'm still leading with the same hands. You're also going to find that your left hand sits on the hi-hat throughout the entire groove. It's your right hand that does all the work. So we get slowly, and you can see that we get this bell on the second note and the fourth note, sorry, the second note of the first half of part 1, and then on the third note in the second half of part 1. So I haven't written any counting above it because we're not going to count 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E, because that's going to confuse us when we actually go to the main groove. We're just going to take a look linearly at that line of notes and just play what we see. So we get this, and we get this movement where the first note is just played on the normal part of the ride cymbal, close to the bell, and then we get the bell being struck with the shoulder of the stick. We come down to the open snare drum there on that 4th note. Then we get the second half of that part 1, where we start with the left hand, left, right, left. Let's put the 2 parts together. So we get And what I find the most difficult thing about learning this groove is making it sound nice and flowy, and also not missing the bell of the ride cymbal. How many times do I miss the bell of the ride cymbal? You notice on the recording, Manu hardly ever. Very, very accurate drumming where he's hitting those bells in the right places. So that's part 1. Get that into sort of muscle memory. Don't spend too long playing it round and round and round, because then when you try and add in part 2, it's going to feel really, really weird for a bit until you get used to it. So part 2, we're just going to go into it, is played. It's a double, right, left. Then we get the floor tom. In this case, I'm going to play the lowest tom, and you'll see it makes sense in the main groove. We get... And again, try to keep the left hand nice and low. I accidentally played a bit of an accent there with the hi-hat, but when we get the main groove going, you'll see the left hand stays down quite low. So we get a little double there. And when you loop part 1 and part 2, notice how the double goes into that, or with the bass drum as well part. Every single time for the going every half of the bar, we get this little double leading into. So you learn these little sort of patterns that appear through the groove to help you get through it a little bit more comfortably. So part 2, we get. Lots of fun to play. Now let's try and play part 1 and part 2 together. We get. Now if we go to the main groove itself, we can start taking a look at how it's actually orchestrated. So what I just played for you there is the first bar. Parts 1 and part 2 together is the first bar. The second bar is exactly the same, except we just get part 1 played for the first half, and then part 1 played for the second half, but instead of hitting the snare drum, we're going to hit the next highest tom. And in that case, it's going to be, for me, it's going to be that tom. In your case, it might be one of your rack toms, but it's played between 2 different pitches of toms. So if we play the second bar now, we get, yeah. It's the same as that first part 1, but just orchestrated here instead of here. That's the only difference. And once you get that into your head, you can sort of see the pattern emerging. So now let me play both bars together for you, and hopefully you're not make too many mistakes. You really have to concentrate for this. If you sort of look away, you might miss the bell. If suddenly you stop thinking about something else, like what you're having for lunch or dinner, then all of a sudden you miss the groove. You really do have to concentrate with this. So getting it into muscle memory helps a lot. Playing it slowly, here we go. We get. Did I play that right? I think I played the second half wrong there. It is tricky. So let's try and play it a little bit faster, then I'll play us up to speed for you properly. So what I'm tending to focus on with this groove, once it's sort of sunk into muscle memory, is my right hand. I'm sort of focusing on the bell, try and get this accurately, coming back from the tom to the right cymbal bell and back from the snare drum to the right cymbal bell. Now let me play for you those 2 bars played up to speed without the microphone so you can hear just the drums. Here we go. So just for fun before we finish, I've also given you a simplified version of the drum beat because this is really an advanced groove. Even this can be a little bit tricky. What I've written here is the same drums are being struck. I can actually, because I'm going to be striking with my left hand, I'm actually going to play this tom and this tom. This is the toms you would use when you're playing the main groove. And we're playing between the ride cymbal and hi-hat, just 16th notes. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a bass drum beats 1 and 3. Try to get, excuse me, try to get these ride cymbal and hi-hat parts nice and low. It's the toms and snare drum that you want to stand out. So we get the first half of the bar, 1E and a 2E and a. And because we're now playing single strokes instead of like a double parallel thingy, our left hand is going to play that of beat 1, 1E and a 2E and a. Then we get 3E and a 4E and a. Our right hand's going to play beat 4, 3E and a 4E and a. Then the second bar, 1E and a 2E and a, and then 3E and a 4E and a. So put together we get 1E and a 2E and a 3 2E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1. Now let me play that up to speed for you a few times, hopefully get the dynamics right. Here we go. So I hope you had fun with the lesson. I certainly did, transcribing it and then obviously learning it for you. I found that I was throwing in some cool paradiddles within my normal playing when I was jamming around with this. Once it's sort of sunk into muscle memory, I think it's a really cool idea where you're reversing the paradiddle, starting with a double part and then creating a brand new groove from it. A lot of fun, and certainly stuff can be taken away from this lesson and included in your own playing. You might be surprised how it sort of pops up once you get this into muscle memory and you start playing around with your own ideas, how suddenly it sort of pops up into your own playing. Don't forget to download the free PDF drum chart that came with this lesson. If you've got any questions, feel free to email me, rob@drumstheword.com. And then while you're over at the website, you might want to consider signing up to become an online member. And what I currently offer for £97, even though it's on 50% discount at the moment, it's a full year's online access to every single full video song lesson I've ever recorded and transcribed. And that's over 600 famous and popular songs where, unlike this lesson, I teach you a song from start to finish. You get the fully transcribed PDF drum chart. And like I said, I've got over 600 famous and popular songs up on the website already. As a thank you for signing up, I give you access to hundreds more little videos teaching you many, many famous drum beats, fills, and even drum solos. I give you 3 ebooks I've written over the years containing hundreds more famous drum beats, fills, and solos. And I think Manu Katche appears in at least a few other videos and a few other ebooks I've written because his drumming pops up all over the place. And then over the year of your subscription, you also gain instant online access to all the new material that I upload for my members. And I record new lessons every week unless I'm ill or on holiday. So you've got lots of cool stuff to look forward to over the year of your subscription. But if you've got any questions about any of that, then feel free to email me, rob@drumstheword.com. And until our next drum lesson together, toodle pip and happy drumming to you.